Shalom everyone, Victoria Sarvati here with another Candid Treasures. These are little snippets of information that will help you on your walk with the Lord. Today we're going to be talking about the Tanack. I get a lot of questions asking me, what is the difference between the Torah and the Tanakh? Well, the Tanakh is a compilation of three different categories of the Old Testament. The first part is the Torah, the first 5 books of Moses, the 5 books of the Bible, also called the Pentateuch in Greek. And then you have the Nevi'im, which are the books of the prophets, the major prophets and the minor prophets. And then the other part of the Tanakh is the Ketuvim, which is the other writings, the ancient writings that have to do with maybe the poetry or the songs or Proverbs, Psalms, these types of books. And so we have this compilation of Torah, starting with a T, Nevi'im, starting with an N, and Ketuvim, starting with a K, which really creates an acronym, Tanack. That may help you whenever you're thinking about what I'm talking about when I say either Tanakh or Torah. In addition to the Old Testament, of course, Christians have the New Testament, which is the part of the Bible that testifies or is the witness how Yeshua actually fulfilled those things in the Tanakh. Yeshua actually says that Moses wrote about him. He's referring to the Torah, that is the first 5 books of the Bible. But he also says that the prophets, that everything must happen that's written by Moses and the prophets. And then he goes on sometimes and says Tanakh. So that means the entire Old Testament is written about Yeshua. And all that must happen that is written will happen in time, either in his first coming or his second. And so we look at the Bible and we say that there is this blueprint, if you will, that shows us what God is going to do. In fact, he even says that he will do nothing unless he first tells his prophets. So we can look at the Bible and know what's going to happen in the future through God's word. There's another book that the Jews are actually use, and that's the Talmud. Now, that's not to be confused with the Tanakh. The Talmud is a compilation of 2 parts, and that is the Mishnah, which is the writings of the rabbis, kind of like sermons and stories on how a person can live out the things that are instructed in the Tanakh. And then there's also the Gemara. That part of the Talmud is the oral law that had been passed down from Moses. Obviously, there's a lot of tradition and man's tradition in the Gemara, but there's also traditions that are based on biblical understanding. So both of those go along with the Jewish mindset. The Torah, which is the 5 books, the Tanakh, which includes all 3 sections, the prophets, the writings, and the Torah, and then the Talmud, which is the Gemara, oral law, and the Mishnah, which is the instructions from the rabbis. So there you have it. Hopefully that helps you out and takes away some confusion. God bless you and shalom.